into a sport that Sam hates.
Absolutely hate it.
We're probably going to cover this for a little bit. It's probably going to take a little bit. Lots kind of been going on.
It's been insane.
We'll talk about the Mariners a little later.
Yep.
Obviously, I think the biggest news, Blake Snell threw a no-hitter.
That was so cool.
Which was crazy to me because that was his first ever complete game. Ever is what they said. And I was like, that is crazy. I would have thought that.
No, you're right. I forgot about that. I saw a stat before this. I saw that he just doesn't ever get through like the 8th. I totally forgot about that.
So that was his first
funny.
one ever, which was cool. Obviously,
Yeah.
he's a Seattle guy. He's from North Seattle, up in the Bothell kind of area.
I think him and Corbin Carroll, not the same high school, but same area.
Yeah, and Zach Levine from the Bulls. He's from Bothell up there. And then Vlad, what a week. He batted .536, 3 home runs, 7 doubles, 8 RBIs in a week. My golly. No wonder they didn't trade him. And then Snell, obviously, 11 Ks, 3 walks in a no-hitter in Cincinnati. Cincinnati
Honestly,
is struggling, but hey.
It was exciting to see just because he'd been struggling this year. And like obviously won the Cy Young last year, has not done well.
No, he's been so overpaid, unfortunately.
Yeah, he only got a 1-year deal though, so at least I think
it was a 2.
Could be.
I think it was either 2. It might have been 3, actually. I think it's longer than you think, and I think that's why a lot of people were hesitant to trade him.
Oh, 2 years, 62.
2 years, okay.
So I mean, yeah,
He'll probably get traded next year, to be honest. But the other kind of crazy news that I just saw just randomly, the LA Angels closer threw the fastest pitch ever at
Ben Joyce.
104.7, I think is what it was. It was basically
Is that
105.
right? I thought Aroldis Chapman had it like 106.3.
Was it? I could have sworn they said it was the fastest pitch
I
that was
saw
ever
that
recorded.
highlight, but I didn't know.
And it was against JD Martinez, and JD comes after the game and goes, well, I'm going to be on Instagram all over the place for the next couple of years.
Nice.
I thought it was, what did it say?
It says currently.
Oh, so maybe it's still Chapman. Okay,
Well, it was 105 though. I know Ben Joyce threw 105.
I think it was 105. Someone was saying it was like 104.7, but I was like, just round up. Who cares?
That's still insane.
Yeah, that was an insane pitch. What else has been going on, Sam?
Yeah,
Anything else?
104.7 is what
Yeah,
Ben Joyce
okay.
hit.
What else
Still
has been
absolutely
going on?
insane, dude. The trade deadline. Oh, actually, we'll cover that in just a second. Injury news. There was 2 things I wanted to talk about.
Okay.
Mike Trout officially out for the year,
Yep.
so kind of sucks.
Super sad. I mean, he needs next year. He needs to be on a new team. He has to just.
Yeah.
He can't be the guy, and he is the guy. He is
Dude,
the guy.
just DH him.
But yeah, that's what I mean. He
Yeah.
needs to go and do an Ohtani and just play somewhere else where he doesn't have. Like he can go and just kind of be like, come to the Mariners, baby. We can use a
DH him.
DH.
Yeah, I would
you know what I'm
love
saying?
that.
And you light up Seattle as it is.
Or,
So
honestly, he could
Light
even
up
play
anywhere.
first. I feel like he could.
I don't think so.
I think dude, he's so athletic.
I don't think so. You're saying like Bryce Harper, and Bryce Harper took a while to figure out first. I don't think so.
He's
I think
doing
that's
good now though.
I don't think it's well, he's okay, but I think that takes a lot longer than you think, and I don't think Mike Trout wants to do that. To be honest, he doesn't have a reason to need to go out of the outfield. Besides, he just gets injured.
Yeah. And then Lance McCullers Jr. is out for the rest of the year.
That's a bummer.
Obviously never see like someone to get hurt, but I do like it from the Mariners' perspective is the fact that he's a decent starter. We're not going to see him, so that works out. And then talking about how you just mentioned Bryce Harper, the Phillies before yesterday had lost 6 straight games.
Yeah, the first time all year.
So that was kind of exciting for us because we caught them at a good time. We did lose one, but we won the series.
2 out of 3 of the
so
best NL team.
I was
the
pretty
league.
excited to see that.
I'm okay with it, and it kind of sucked because Gilbert had a good game too,
He did.
and but
And then the White Sox have currently lost 20 straight games.
they've lost the first team ever to
So-
lose 2 18 losing streaks in a row.
Not great.
They're on pace to have 123 losses now.
Nice.
Honestly, what surprises me the most is that they haven't fired their manager. But I also am like, what are you gonna do? Like, it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, and Jackson Holiday is back up, which is exciting. He's
He
hit a grand slam, and then he hit another home run the other day. So I don't know. It's just fun to see. He's 20 years old. Obviously struggled when he was first called up, so he's kind of back into it a little bit, actually playing like a major leaguer. So fun to see. But other than that, honestly, the trade deadline for me, I mean, it sucked because I was out of coverage. But coming back to it, I was like, oh my gosh. Like, not huge people traded, I would say, but just the sheer number of trades.
Well, and the other really weird thing
crazy.
was,
And yes, I know exactly what you're going to say.
there was not a top 100 prospect trade. I think the highest one was like it was either 113 or 123.
Which is crazy.
Which is just wild. Because there were some decent names trade. Like Randy Arozarena is a big name. He's a good player. I'm surprised what the Mariners gave up not a lot. And like I felt like they gave up more to get the the pitcher Garcia.
Oh, I feel like they did too. To be
that was
honest,
for Clase, for wasn't it?
It was Class A and then somebody else.
And Clase is like, I mean, the thing with us is like we replaced him with a Rosarina, and it's like we don't have room for you, so so I'm not upset about it, but
yeah. I think the gosh, what was I gonna say? That was it. Because so in years past, guys have like Manny Machado, Trey Turner, Max Scherzer.
Yeah, there wasn't like a major.
There wasn't
name.
like a huge name
there
that got
was
traded.
A lot. Like there was the Flaherty, was kind of a
even
big
him.
name.
It was only like a 1 year,
Yeah.
kind of a rental. Has been bad recently, but then this year kind of turned it around.
Yeah, and I think like the
so-
winner. I think there's a couple winners. I think the Blue Jays did a great job. I mean, like they got like 6 prospects for Kikuchi. And like Kikuchi,
and there's number 2
fine,
and
but-
3 from the Astros.
Yeah.
So obviously the Astros have been doing something right.
yeah,
with
if they
their
want to
farm
get rid of
system,
him, but
so-
yeah, but I mean like Kikuchi's. I mean, obviously he's a former Mariner. He was good for us. He was okay with. I mean, he was okay. He was never like you're going to be an ace.
He was a solid starter,
but he was like a
mean,
3-4 guy. And the Astros are just desperate for anyone that can throw a ball.
Yeah.
But they got rid of a lot. I think Tampa Bay was a major winner. I think I was surprised what they gave up for. He went to the Cubs.
not Yandy Diaz, Isaac
Paredes. I felt like they
Morel.
give up more because he's only like 24, 25, and the Cubs have 3 years of control on him.
I like Christopher Morel. Obviously, his average is
Yeah.
way down, but the dude's hitting home runs and getting RBIs.
He can 100%.
So,
But I think that getting rid of a Rosarina, which I don't think they wanted to. I think they love him there, but
yeah, I think
they
it just
get off
made
his
sense
contract.
for them.
Yeah,
So-
and they got a lot of prospects, and they're still in the. It's not like I think they're 5 games out of the division.
Well,
or
that's
something
how
like
they
that.
do it, though. They have to. They can't keep players
They're
just like
9
Blake
games
Snell.
out of the division, but what's the Blake
Blake Snell,
or
Tyler Glasnow.
Glasnow.
That's how that organization works, and it.
And they're,
they
they're
have
5 out of
forever.
the wild card. That's what it is.
So,
but I
it
agree.
keeps working.
I
So-
think that I think they were a big winner. Obviously, you could say like, the Dodgers were a big winner, but like, who cares? Whatever. You can't really add anything to that team. They should not be the second best team in the NL. They should be at 100 wins already.
Yeah.
I think that there's a couple of other winners. I think the Marlins did a good job.
I think the Marlins really did because I don't think they probably wanted to trade Jazz just because he's young and still good. But I think at the situation they're in, it made so much sense.
Yeah.
They also traded Brian De La Cruz, who has having a good year, to the Pirates. I think
And
Tyler
the Pirates
Rogers too.
The Pirates kind of showed that they're at least
They're trying.
trying.
I liked Brian De La Cruz. I was surprised
I
they
thought he
traded
might
him.
go to
But,
us. Jesse Winker was moved.
yep.
Kikuchi was moved.
Who
Kopech was
was-
moved.
Oh, it was Tanner Scott. That's who. it
Eli
was.
Jimenez was moved, which was kind of a weird one to me. Wasn't a big fan of that.
I was expecting
Eloy.
I was obviously we
To what, the
talked a lot
Orioles?
about
Yeah, not a
Luis
fan.
Robert getting traded and it didn't happen.
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like I think there was like Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichette. There were a lot of big names out there, but I think that's also the kind of the beauty in what's going on when you look at like the wild card. It was like, oh yeah, Texas is going to sell. They're 9.5. Do they have a shot? Yeah, probably not, but they have a shot.
Yeah.
Detroit, are they going to get rid of some of their big names? They did get rid of Flaherty.
Yeah.
But like they're only 10 games. Yes, I know that the likelihood is no.
Yeah.
But I think there's a lot of these teams where, again, you look at like the NL especially. Cubs were never going to be a sellers. The Reds were never going to be a sellers.
Yeah, Cody Bellinger, that would have been another
Giants,
name.
Cardinals, Pirates, Mets were never going to be sellers when they're only. I mean, all those teams to the last wild card, 6.5 games is the Reds at the bottom. So it's like, why would they all want to sell? There's no reason the Mariners would want to sell. There's no reason that the Astros want to sell. The teams that wanted to sell were the teams that kind of sold, which was the White Sox. The A's didn't even sell. Like Brent Rooker.
That's the bit. Honestly, I put a
Brent
little
Rooker
list
was-
of the guys not
Yeah.
traded, and I was surprised Brent Rooker didn't. Get
Yeah,
traded.
I would have thought he would have got moved. They might be trying to keep him for the move to Vegas. I don't know. I mean, obviously that's 2 years out,
I don't know.
but I don't know. He's also in it almost 30. He's like 28.
That's
or
what I mean.
29.
Like I was surprised they didn't just
Um,
do it.
But yeah, I mean, like the Rockies really didn't look like they sold a lot, and they're terrible. The Nationals really didn't try to sell too much. There wasn't like a bunch of teams that really. It was just kind of I feel like the league is so congested that teams are just kind of like,
Yeah.
maybe not.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I like that, and I think it's interesting because like I was looking at it today. Besides the Twins and obviously the White Sox, who we don't need to talk about because whatever. Besides the Twins, no one in baseball has a winning streak over 2 or a losing streak under 2. The Twins have a 4-game winning streak. Everyone else is at 1 or 2 wins, losses. That's it. Besides the White Sox, but they're a minor league team, so it doesn't matter. They're literally 20 in a row.
The White Sox got gutted this year too. At the trade deadline.
So, I think the league is just a lot more competitive. Whether you look at it from, should the Mariners be sweeping whoever? They're better than the Red Sox right now on paper. Actually, technically they have like the little lower winning percentage because they haven't played as many games, but they shouldn't be. Should the Mariners be sweeping the Blue Jays? Probably not. Like, there's so many teams that are like, should the Baltimore Orioles be sweeping the Oakland Athletics? I wouldn't be shocked if Oakland took 1 or 2 from them. Like, that's just the league that we're in right now. It's just kind of weird. But yeah, I mean, the trade deadline was kind of a little boring, to be honest. For how much hype it had with everyone, Vladimir Guerrero, like I said, all these huge names, you're like waiting, and it was like, I mean, who was your biggest name you'd probably put on there?
So honestly, I think Flaherty. Eloy Jimenez was actually not this year, but years past. Trevor Rogers was a pretty big name. I think
like Randy Rosarena
Michael
was
Kopech.
a big name.
Randy was honestly
Randy might be the biggest
like
name.
He's
that
top
was
3.
Traded.
Like
He
he's
genuinely
right up
might
there.
Be the biggest name. Jazz Chisholm might be in there.
I would say Jazz Chisholm, Randy Rosarena, and probably Jack Flaherty.
Those are probably
honestly,
and which is saying something. So that's like, again, like you said, like
those
a couple years ago, it was
Yeah.
Manny Machado, Juan Soto. Like there were
Trey
huge
Turner
names.
and Max Scherzer got traded to the Dodgers.
Yeah.
2-3 years ago.
Yeah, something like
so
that.
like that was huge.
Yeah, like last year, I believe Verlander got traded again
yeah.
back to
Yep.
Houston from wherever he was. I don't even remember where he
Nets
was.
for like
a
second.
Yeah, for like 2 minutes.
Yeah.
So yeah, I don't know. I think it's very interesting to see what's kind of moving on, but I think the league is just a lot better. The other big news to me is this really, really, really random kid from Kansas City. In his last 30 games, Bobby Witt Jr. is batting .437 with 8 home runs, 26 RBIs, 9 walks, 15 strikeouts in 119 at-bats, 4 stolen bases, and he has 33 runs with a slugging of 748.
344 this year.
Mm-hmm. I think he's finally passed Steven Kwan.
He is. But I'm like,
he is
crazy.
Been unreal. And it's not that it's annoying, but everyone was like, oh, Julio versus Bobby Witt. Now it's like, okay, yeah, why are we comparing? But whatever. Would you guys trade Julio for a World Series? Let me know, because my partner here said no.
It was a fun topic.
And everyone's agreeing with me, so I know I'm right, but
nope.
But yeah, anyway, he's been unreal this past 30 games. Literally since the All-Star break. I believe he has a 25-game hitting streak. I know the record's what, 56? It's by what's his head? It's by
not Ted Williams.
No, it's the other one. Joey DiMaggio?
I think.
I can't remember. I always forget those names. All these records and stuff.
56 consecutive games, Joe DiMaggio,
1941. I don't know why it's 56. So
Yeah.
he's almost halfway there. I don't think it'll happen. I mean, I think that's one of those records that is really unlikely to get broken. It's like the Ken Griffey Jr. 8 home runs in 8 straight games. That's just, you have to be a special player. Bobby Witt,
special players.
Bobby, yeah, okay. Wow, that was good. I appreciate that.
That was a good one.
Bobby Witt's been on fire.
Thanks for watching the Kind of Athletic podcast. Please make sure to like and subscribe on all of our social medias, and we will see you next week.